Yeah, today's video is a chit chat video, and I want to have a chit chat with you guys. And I want to just say that you should stop complaining about something you're not seeing in someone that is special to you. It could be your friend, it could be your lover, it could be your spouse, it could be your parents. And instead of you complaining, why don't you try and see the positive side in them? Yes, the best of God and the best of God's creature is human. And sometimes the not so best sometimes can also be woman. The best of woman is woman, and the best of woman is still human. If you understand this, you just tend to appreciate people from their positive aspects. Human being can be amazing sometimes. I don't want to use the negative word, but just be appreciative of them. Stop complaining. I am tired. You're not this. You have not improved. I've told you about this. Work on this. All the time, work on this. Work on this. Work on this. But instead of you always complaining that work on this, work on this, why don't you appreciate that, oh, maybe the person used to like maybe leave plates behind. So that the person washed the plate but did not arrange the plate on the plate rack. There is progress. Or the person maybe used to pack plates from the dining table. The person packed it that day and moved it to the kitchen. There is progress. The person that moved it to the kitchen will one day take that plate, wash and put it on the plate rack. And one day put it on the plate rack and we maybe sometimes later we also buy plates in that same kitchen. So I would say be appreciative. Don't always condemn people. Don't always complain. Don't always complain that my spouse is not this. There's no perfect human being. There's no perfect anybody anywhere. I'm not perfect. I'm also a work in progress. You are also not perfect. You're also a work in progress. So instead of you always complaining and condemning people and not saying, you have not changed for the past 20 years, this is how you are. For the past 50 years, this is how you are. Oh, keeper of record of how people are. How are you? Are you also perfect? You are not. So instead of you complaining that, oh, I desire a change in you, why don't you first of all take that person before the Lord in prayer? The same way you pray for your needs and your needs are met, the same way you table people before God and you say, God, I desire this change in this person. I desire this person to have a better character. I desire this person to walk more in love towards me and towards people around. So as you're doing that, you are building a consciousness in yourself to appreciate people, because it can only take God to make you see the best in woman. It can only take the grace of God, because sometimes human being can tend to frustrate your efforts, and even though they are trying to frustrate your effort, you can only deal with them with love. I tell myself that I want to always walk in love with people at all time and in all season of my life. And I always pray this prayer that is in 1 Corinthians 13 from verse 4 that says, love is patient and kind. And I say, precious is patient and kind. Some days I say, oh, precious keeps no record of the evil done to her. Because there are days you want to keep the record. There are days you're like, I will keep the receipts like we people do in this our generation now. I would say, pray for the grace to walk in love. Because when you walk in love, even if the person offends you, you just let it go. Then sometimes, now I mean, like, offend you does not mean that you should not like later bring that, oh, you offended me, but not you at that point when you're at your boiling point that you can't control how you react. So some of you complain that and be like, I hate what you did, you did not do this, not because it's the same character we carried to our place of work. We deal with our colleagues, our junior colleagues, we deal with our staff in that same way, always condemning them, always complaining. I remember there was a time that I was with someone, like this friend of mine. She's someone that, oh my God, like if I had then I used to complain like, she's not this, she's not that, I want her to be better, I want her to be this, I want her to be that. And I was telling that to one of my mentor, and I told him. He said, precious, do you understand 1 Corinthians 13 from verse 4? I said, sir, I understand it. Bible says that love is patient and kind, that we should be patient and kind with people. He said, no. He said, if you really understand it, you will stop complaining about this person. If you are reporting that to me with the mindset that you are on the right and not seeing that you have also played a part in you being on the wrong, then we need to check you. Like when he said it that day, that really hits me. And I said, precious, you have some work to do. And he told me, instead of you complaining about this person all the time, take our time to read 1 Corinthians 13 from verse 4. And instead of you saying love is patient and kind, replace that love with precious is patient and kind. And I did that every morning. Anytime this girl offend me, I go to 1 Corinthians 13 from verse 4. And I say, precious, you are patient and you are kind. You keep no record of the evil done. I cannot forget that love keep no record of the evil done to her. I say, Precious, you keep no record of the evil done to you. Precious, you are patient, you are kind. And I kept saying that because sometimes in the dealings of the Lord with us in some situations, it sometimes brings the most difficult people to us. And he's using that to build us up. Does not mean that you should not learn how to know the kind of friends you have around you, keep some people at arm's length, or there's some principles that used to manage people like that. But I'll say sometimes you need to pray for the grace and pray for the grace to walk in love with them. You walk in love with them. You pray that they also walk in love with you. I was listening to one particular couple, and she said that one particular prayer point she prays for her husband is that my husband loved me the way I want to be loved, and I love my husband the way he wants to be loved. Like when she said it, that's rang a bell in my brain. So she's trying to say that there's a way that your husband might be loving you and may not be the right way that you want to love, you want to be loved. For some people, they hate when they are maybe told that they condemn them outside, or maybe told them that what you did outside was wrong, and they would have preferred maybe send them a chat that adjust the way you talk, or like in that particular place instead of you shouting, look at the way you spoke, you used to have spoken that to that lady. But if maybe you have called me and said the way you spoke is not nice, like you should have been more appreciative or not condemning, like that woman would have appreciated it, or that man would have appreciated it. But my own goal is just that instead of you always condemning and complaining about people, please be appreciative. See the good in people, and always pray for the grace to see the good in people. Because the best of woman is still human, and the worst of woman is still human. And I pray that we keep dealing with the best of humans, and not always dealing with the people that are difficult to control. God has blessed us.